Hello everyone and welcome to Camping with Lenny. In this episode, welcome to the first camping trip of the season. And it was interesting. This episode is brought to you by me, Camping with Lenny. Help me create great content by supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee at buymeacoffee.com/campinglenny. Thanks for your support. It's 12:04 p.m. and it's day one and it's packed. Everything's packed. So what I have here is very simple. I have my normal T4. I'm bringing my T4 with me, my tarp for the tent. I am planning to bring 2 sleeping bags tonight for this trip. Reason why is it's supposed to be incredibly cold. Not tonight, but the following night. Wednesday night. So I just have to make sure that I'm comfortable. I don't want to similar things to happen last camping trip, my winter camping. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just going to make this simple and basic and be warm. My typical jackery's there, my water canister's there, my bag. This time I actually fit everything in one bag now, so I don't have to worry about multiple bags, so that's pretty good. I am trying new things for this trip. One of them is food related, the other one is cooking related, so we're going to test that out, see how that actually works out. Also, I'm recording this whole thing on a GoPro instead of my camera that I use for typical filming this trip, because I want to make sure that everything gets easy to edit and carry. I tried to pack it down. Reason why is I'm actually having a boys camping trip in next month, in 2 months, and between now and then I decided to just pack everything down smaller as possible. So this is going to be a learning experience overall, so it's going to be fun. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish tidying it up, head to the store, grab last minute items food wise and have lunch, then head to the park. And so for this trip I'm off to Earl, Rowe, Provincial Park for 2 nights, 3 days, for a little camping adventure. This is my first camping trip for the season. It is 2:39 p.m. I finally arrived in the campsite, and I was here last year, and to be honest with you, I thought this place was bigger. I'll show you. So the car is just sitting here. Bathroom is right there. Fire pit is right here, right in the middle. Again, I don't remember it being this close. Picnic table is right here, so it's not bad. Not bad at all. I might put my tent here in this area, but it's actually pretty close to the road. I think the last time I put my tent over here. The only problem is it's sloping a bit. So I just want to confirm this is 4:30, because I am getting, again, same thing as last year because of a convenience factor, right? Yeah, 4:30. Here it is. So I'm going to put this in here, make it official. Let me get this here. There you go, 4:30. There. 4:30. Yeah, done. So don't know what to do, if I'm planning to set up here or not, but no, it's actually a lot cooler underneath the shade, underneath the sun, like the trees. So it's a balmy 23 degrees outside right now, so it's not bad. Water is just actually next door, so that's good. They did update the chair, the picnic table. That's a good sign. Before, when I put my tent last time, I actually put it here in a slight angle, right? So I might be going closer to more in the middle of the site, just to make it easier. It is gonna rain first thing tomorrow morning, So what I might do is I'll be slightly in the middle. It's a lot flatter than anything else. But I am considering putting it here as well. Actually, right here, because the reason why is it's flatter. It's way flatter than the rest, right? And if it does rain, at least I have a tree canopy above me, so I don't have to worry about it. So that's good. See, this is decisions you have to do if you're going solo camping. You have to figure out where to put your car and your tent, so you maximize everything. There's bugs flying around, so I have to get my thermostat up and running. But yeah, I might put it here, to be honest with you guys, just to make it easier. Right here, there's actually a spot right here. Put my tent here. I think this will work. At least if it rains, at least it's not going to rain too much. But it is sloping down a bit though. That's a problem. So, I do have mosquitoes. Oh, that's just going to be so much fun. So you know what? I am going to put my tent slightly at an angle right here. Slightly. Yeah, I'm going to put it right here. So this is where I'm going to put my tent. I do need to move a couple of things, but yeah, so here's the fire pit. That's going to move here. Tent's going to be right there. I think that's the best way to do this. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to start it. It is sloping though, badly. But I really don't have a choice. I can put it here, but if it does rain, everything will slope down this way and this way. So I think I am still going to be considering putting it there. I think I'm going to put it there. It's less too evil. Okay, so I'm going to do is I'm going to unload the car. I'll show you guys how I'm going to be doing the tarp, how it's set up one step by step, and go from there. It's 2:47 p.m. Yeah, mosquitoes came out right away, and it's crazy. So what I ended up doing is I ended up turning on my thermostat up and running. I've been using thermostat for a year now. This is my second year, and they do work very, very well. And I'm just leaving it in the car just to so they won't bug me too much. Yeah, I'm gonna keep setting up. It's just ridiculous. Holy shoot. It's just really bad. The faster I can get this done, the faster I can get the, relax. So I'm gonna start setting up and go from there. I'm still gonna go straight to my normal plan of, original plan of doing it over there. So, yeah. Okay, it's 2:59 p.m. So the tent is up. Green matches the tree, so that worked out really well. It is a higher level compared to the rest of the campsite. The trees will give me adequate protection from the rain. So for the tarp, I might just do I'll just do my original plan of just making this like a vestibule to make it easier. Peg it here, peg it over here, and over here, just to make it easier. Just to make it make the setup a lot easier. I am gonna put the camping chair closer to here, so just in case it rains, at least it's protected. I'm gonna move the car blocking the entrance of the tent, just to give it a little bit more privacy. I think that's the best way to do this. If it's not raining, that's not going to be an issue. I'll just leave everything as is. But there's a rain advisory in the area first thing tomorrow morning, until late morning tomorrow. So I should at least cover this, make it easier. Just to make it easier overall. The flies are just the mosquitoes are just horrendous right now, because it was cool last night, so the ground is kind of moist, and every creature are coming out. So this is gonna be a fun, non-mosquito free camping trip. Okay, it's 3:22 p.m. I got the tent up, so I have a tarp really badly secured. It's not secured, but it's secured enough because we're supposed to be getting rain, but not, it's just drizzle again. So just in case in the morning I can actually sit here and not worry about getting rained at. So this is where it's coming out. So it is pretty close to the fire, but it should be fine. I put this close to the fire anyway, the guidelines before, so I had no issues. The fire is just there to keep me warm at night. Nothing else. I'm not planning to cook there at all because I'm planning to cook on the picnic table going forward. Also, my Volt, one of my battery pack just died, and I gotta charge this later on because I'm being a brilliant guy. I decided, you know what, the grip that I got from GoPro, the Volta, should power up my GoPro properly for this trip. And I forgot that I've been using it for the past few days now. So it's like, yeah, this is a good plan in my end. But either way, this is what it looks like. It's keep me warm at night out of the wind if there's any, and it keeps me warm when it rains. So what I have to do next is I'm just gonna tuck in the tarp underneath the tent just in case it rains so it doesn't puddle. I'm not planning to secure this at all. It should be fine. I'm not planning to because it's just gonna beat down. Everything's waterproof anyway, so I'm good. Yeah, so I got the tent without the vestibule because I want that flexibility, and plus it packs smaller because I have a very small car, so it's gonna work. And this is a hack that everyone's been doing in the interweb regarding their T4 for their vestibule. Too bad though. Should type this even more. Too bad that that Gazelle doesn't provide a replacement for this guy. This is the original fly, just to extend it even more, even 5 feet off the tent itself, and just put poles. That will work perfectly because that will give the user the flexibility if they want to use the vestibule or not. So if they made that, I'll get one, but unfortunately they don't have one, so we have to make what we have to make, and this is it. So let's keep setting up and change because I'm wearing a sweater and pants. Yeah, it's hot. It is 4:05 p.m. and everything's set up already. The only thing left is the kitchen stuff, but overall I'm very happy with the setup. Tent is here, the vestibule is there, the car's where it's supposed to be. I'm just relaxing. I think I'm ready for my beer o'clock. So for beer o'clock, I'll have my trusty Land Shark. This is actually a pretty good beer. It's a lager. It's from Guelph, so it's just down the street. Not really, but it's a few hours west of Toronto. But it's a good beer. It's not heavy. It's not light. It's very light, as in like when you taste it, it's not like making it heavy at all. You can actually drink. It's very dangerous. You can actually drink a lot of it and you won't feel the effects. You don't feel the heaviness of a typical beer, but it's a very good beer. So I just got the water now. Like I mentioned earlier, there's really no one here. Like, no one's here. I'm very surprised about that. It's just no one's here. I think I have the whole area by myself. The bathrooms are super clean. Looks like they just washed it. And yeah, I got this feeling no one's going to be showing up tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Typically people don't show up until like the latter part of the week. I'm here until Thursday. It's Tuesday now, so yeah, so it's gonna be very nice and quiet. Oh, and I also want to show you guys, I did park the car in front of the tent somewhat, just to give it a little bit more privacy, because the pathway to get into the bathroom is actually through my site, but there is a path like behind the tree line. So people normally take that line, that path, instead of going through the road itself. So it's very nice. The site itself, I don't remember it being, going down. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, it doesn't have a high point. In other words, last time I checked, it was actually it's pretty evened out. So I don't know why it's actually like this. So, but anyway, I'm either way, I'm good with what's been set up. I'm just going around the tent to see what's going on, because I'm not planning to tie this guy down. So I might do something with this. I'm not sure yet. I'll probably just leave it as is. If the wind does pick up tonight, I might just put a little bit of weight just to save the flapping sound at night. And it's 4 o'clock. The sun's still out, so I'm just going to relax, keep charging my Volta, and I got my first hiccup. I totally forgot to bring extra batteries for the GoPro, so I'm relying on the Volta to charge the internal battery that comes with it, and using my jacket to charge it. So I might just charge the Volta overnight just to keep it charged up. I think going forward, I'm just gonna bring my extra batteries for this, guys, and going forward as well too. We'll just go with that. But overall, it is a beer o'clock. Let's go open this up and taste it. Oh, you hear that? Well, happy camping. Here's for the first camping for the year, and many more. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna relax, eat some chips, and grab a book and just relax. It's 5:03 p.m. What I'm gonna do is I have this feeling that I am the only one here, so we're gonna do a quick walk around to see what's going on, because it's kind of weird that no one's here except me. So let's go check it out. I know there's no one here because the water is there, so no one's there, and I came up from that side, so no one's there. Let's go walk this way, see if there's anything here. So if you guys are wondering why I'm only using a GoPro for this podcast video instead of using my Nikon Nikon Z30, because of there's plans that I'm putting together that requires me to use a GoPro instead of the Z30. Because of the portability and all that stuff. So that's why I'm using it. There's nothing here because I was there before. So let's check out this side. So I was saying that I'm planning to do a almost like a vlog thing, but I don't want to give it away. I don't want to jinx it yet. So I'm in a testing process right now, because of I want to create more content, because Camping with Lenny is based on podcasts, audio podcasts, and some videos. Like the camping adventure part is all video and audio, and the rest is just is audio based. So that's going to remain the same, but this new thing that I'm trying to put together is all video based. So it's going to be a lot of new things. So I'm just literally testing out setups and all that stuff, just to make sure everything is good before I start going into it full tilt. It looks like there's no one here, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just literally using the stuff that I already have just to test and all that good stuff. So that's why I'm only using a GoPro rather than using anything else, because of all the testing I'm doing. Man, the mosquitoes here are just a killer, and it's just really mosquito-y. Yeah, there's really nothing here. I think I am the only one here. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll do a proper scope, proper walk around and see what's out here. Because right now, based on what I'm seeing, I'm the only one here. And that's fine. I have no problems with that. This means it's going to be a quiet night, quiet morning. And hopefully no one shows up until I leave on Thursday. If that's the case. And literally this whole place is myself. That's awesome. But typically people show up around Wednesday, so that's gonna be that's fine too. But right now, how it's standing, I'm by myself here. Yeah, back this way. So yeah. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'm still trying out new things, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. It's like the original, like a few years ago. Just before the pandemic, I actually started a vlogging channel. This channel is designed, dedicated just for travel and adventure types and just a day-to-day thing. Sorry, I'm scratching because of a mosquito. Someone got me in the head, but I ended up abandoning that because of life got in the way, pandemic got in the way mostly. So I had to put that on pause and stop that. But when I started doing camping with Lenny, I had so much fun doing it, and I want to fill in the gaps in between. So it's definitely gonna be a second channel coming soon. Again, more details to come, but yeah, more details to come in that one. See, I'm passing my site now. I'm gonna check the other side. If there's anything there. As far as I know, there's really nothing there. Okay, so good news is the faucet for water, for potable water is just right here. So my site's right there, potable water's right here. Typically, and the bathroom's right here, sorry. Typically, I try to stay away from these two things, the water and the bathroom, because it can get very trafficky. A lot of people go back and forth, and sometimes it's just annoying. So typically I stay away from it as much as I can. But unfortunately, not fortunately, because of this is my first camping trip, I like to stay close where the amenities are because a couple of reasons. One is just in case I forget something or something, if I forget something or I need something to be washed, at least I can wash it right away. Bathroom's right there too. I get to be comfortable, right? And my next camping trip will be a lot further from all the infrastructure, just to be a little bit more secluded. And for me, going to Earl, Rowe for my first camping trip, like everything's here. Canadian Tire's here. I think there's a Freshco. It's a grocery store. So if I need anything, I can grab it from there. So it's not a big out of your way if you need if you need to get supplies or anything like that. So I kind of like that. Okay, so there's another faucet there. Yeah, there's really no one here except me. This is fantastic. Huh. I'm liking this. I really do like this. Don't get me wrong. It'd be nice to have people around me for safety reasons, but no one's here, so I'm good. So I'm gonna head back to the camp because it's 5 o'clock. I'll start. I'll probably start cooking around 6 and go from there. But for now, I'm just gonna relax, put my feet up, and enjoy the afternoon of quiet and solitude. Yeah. So I'll see you guys when I start cooking dinner. It is 5:41 p.m. I'm gonna start getting ready to cook dinner tonight. I'm trying this new barbecue thing. It's a disposable portable barbecue by Zip. So I'm gonna grab it and start setting that up because I've been looking to do charcoal barbecuing, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to bring a barbecue because I live in a condo. It's so hard for me to store a barbecue. So here it is. So we're gonna test this guy out and see how it performs. I have some good old traditional pork belly that I'll be cooking for tonight. And I'm gonna have it with asparagus and some rice. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be delicious. Yeah, so I'll be using my stove to boil some water and some. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the fire first, actually, because I do need this guy. It does require you to have a fire starter, so I'm grabbing that. As soon as it's up and running, then I will. Sorry about that. Then I'll start boiling some water and getting the meat ready, because why not? So this is what it looks like. It's pretty neat. I've seen a bunch of people review this particular portable barbecue. They said it's great. It does run mid to high heat, so I just have to be very aware of that when I cook something on it. And at the end, I just have to get rid of the coals. I'm gonna put it in the fire pit, and the rest will be going into a garbage bag and bring it to recycling right after. Again, it's all in theory. So let's see how this is actually gonna work out. It is 5:51, so here it is. It's flaming. It's running. It's hot. So the instruction is very, very clear. Remove this thing, this intro thing, and the directions, and start the fire, and it'll automatically burn itself out for the next 20 minutes. So here it is. So that's gonna be interesting. Man, it's so hot. I did put something underneath it to keep it fine. Hopefully it'll be working fine. I do have water here just in case I need it. But yeah, it's supposed to be 20 minutes to let it go. And I'm just gonna let this go for 20 minutes, and I'm gonna get my other stuff to be ready to be cooked. It is 6:12 p.m. So pork belly is cooking. I have my veggies ready to go as well too. Just gonna wait to cook this up, then put the veggies in there. I ended up starting a fire because I realized I do have to get rid of garbage. So all the garbage I have is flammable. No, not flammable, but you can actually burn them all, just to make it easier. Because I just don't want to deal with too much waste. So the only thing I have to toss out is the waste I can't burn. So the fire is up and running, trying to be. Hopefully that will work out. Just help to get rid of the bugs as well too. And the pork belly is running, burning, cooking. Not burning, but cooking. And I can't wait for that one. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it's actually so far so good. It's working exactly as advertised. The base is a little not heavy, a little lightweight. So if you one time you move, the whole thing moves. So just have to be prepared for that one. Yeah. So cooking the barbecue, a portable barbecue. As per advertised, it's working. Do yourself a favor. Spray the thing a bit so it won't get stuck. That's fine. As soon as the oil, natural oil. Sorry, I'm not even facing this properly on me. It's natural oil from the pork belly will just juice up the will help in the sticky part or the sticking part of the to the grill, and this is going to give me my nice crunchy pork belly, especially in the fat part. Oh yeah, that looks good. The only problem with this grill, it is pretty small. It is incredibly small. So it's just small. This is one pack of pork belly. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pieces in total. So it is pretty small for that one. But if you're planning to just to cook something simple, it's not a problem at all. Fire is up and running now. It's good. It's gonna be flaming hot soon. So this will actually help just reduce the flies as well too, and the mosquitoes, because it's just dries up the place a bit. Yeah, so that's running. Rice is cooking. Rice is just hydrating because I use 5 minutes into rice. Camping only, and at home, real rice. Camping, 5 minutes. So yeah, so it's going. Oh man, hopefully it's a smell-o-vision. Too bad it's not smell-o-vision because it smells amazing. One thing I just remembered I forgot to bring with me is seasoning. I forgot to bring salt and pepper with me. So the whole thing would be al natural. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. But oh no, I did bring seasoning, sort of. I brought ketchup. That's all I have. So I'm gonna get another beer because it's time to have another beer. Okay, beer time. Oh, so how I pack my cooler is kind of different. So what I have here is I have my water, my meat, my frozen meat is actually ziplocked, so there's no water going in there. Plus, it's frozen going into the cooler. I have a beer right here. So what I normally do is I don't drain water out of the cooler. It actually helps, just keeps everything colder if you do that. Also, I don't use the ice in the cooler at all. So that's why I have to make sure that everything is cold, and I actually clean the thing just in case there's any leakage. Typically, I typically bring 2 coolers with me just in case. If sorry, I'm gonna close the trunk. I do bring another cooler with me if I'm not by myself. If I'm by myself, then just 1 cooler. But I make sure that everything is sanitary and safe. I keep flipping it so I don't burn. That's crunchy. That looks pretty nice. So you see the oil, natural fat coming out. That's the trick there. It's the fat. You want that fat in there. I noticed that too, that cooking over charcoal smells amazing, tastes good. But you do need to, you are in the mercy of the coals. So now I'm just gonna fix everything so it's evenly cooked. All stuck. Let's flip that over like this. It cooks properly. Typically I cook this on top of the fire when I cook. But this time I want to try this out because I missed the charcoal taste. That was the biggest thing I missed last year, is a charcoal taste of barbecue. So I decided to try this out and see if this works. So, and fire is going as well too. So that's working out well. Yeah, so it's going to be a good night. Everything's going to plan except the seasoning part. And yeah, I'm pretty good with this. I am looking at take it easy tonight, just relax and all that stuff. Oh, by the way, no one's here yet. I'm still by myself, and yeah. 6:34. Dinner is served. Everything is good to go. The heat is still running. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some pork belly there just to keep it warm. Hopefully it doesn't overcook it. So I'm just gonna have dinner, and I'll catch you guys when I start eating. So rice, asparagus, and pork belly before I let you guys go, and another beer. After this, we'll sit down and go through what's gonna be happening for the rest of this trip. It's 6:51 p.m. and I just finished eating dinner. Yeah, I forgot my salt and pepper, so I have to figure out how to get some salt and pepper tomorrow. for just after breakfast and figure that out, because it's kind of hard to have a taste if there's really no taste to it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of disappointing. So far, I'm still the only one here. I haven't seen anybody going in and out. Because this time last year, I had people were playing cards and board games just down the way there, over there somewhere. And yeah, no one's here. So I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but I'm kind of glad that no one's here, so I can just be alone. Almost like backcountry camping by yourself, but not really. You have a car. So for tonight, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do tonight. I did download some movies and TV shows for me to watch. Kind of sad, really, but yeah, I think it's just gonna be a very quiet night. The temperature is dropping. I haven't checked the temperature inside the tent, but I have this feeling the windows are open, so it's a nice breeze going through it, so it's gonna be nice and comfy. I'll probably just gonna relax inside or out here for a bit before I go inside. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up for a bit and go from there. Yeah, the barbecue. What I ended up doing is when the food gets cold, I actually put it back in there, let it warm up a bit for a couple of seconds, and start eating it. So it actually worked out well that way. It's almost like a hot plate deal. So I kind of like that. That was pretty neat. But overall, it's small. I think the problem is it's just too small. If you're by yourself, then yeah, no issues. If you're planning to just cook like a steak or complements with it, yeah, it will work fine. But you do have to maneuver your way out just to figure out how you're gonna be, cooking it. But overall, it's pretty neat. After the initial burn-in, getting the coals up and running, next thing you know, you're cooking, right? Cleanup we'll figure it out. I might just clean this up tomorrow, depending how hot it is. I'm probably just gonna clean it tomorrow. Put the hot coals on the fire and go from there. So I'm just gonna do my clean dishes. So I'm just gonna pop that in the fire, and I'm practically done cleaning. So I think that's the wonderful of putting everything on fire, especially everything's you can burn everything, right? So I'll probably just do that's gonna take care of my garbage. The only things left is just the dishes and all that stuff, and after that I can just relax, go from there. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. Oh, there you go. You can actually see the flames. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Hopefully you guys can hear me properly, because I haven't really tested the sound yet, but hopefully you guys can hear me properly. I'm just using the GoPro microphone, and the GoPro microphone has a tendency to be not good, but they claim that they fixed it. Based on my testing, they fixed it. But we'll see. I also brought my media mod. The only problem with my media mod with the Volta is it uses Bluetooth to connect, so it's like you have to turn on Bluetooth and start it, and back and vice versa. And on top of that too, it's not as fast, and so it's very annoying. So what I'm gonna do is sorry, I got a bug. What I'm gonna do is I thought I heard someone coming in, but no. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get myself a wind jammer for the GoPro to cover the microphone for wind and all that stuff. And if I have to, I do have a lapel mic or lavalier mic that I can use if I need it for noisy environment, or the camera's gonna be far away, or I just need my voice to be captured. I'll just do that. I have it with me just in case this place gets noisy. But I got this feeling that's not gonna be a problem. So yeah, it's actually getting dark really fast here. Actually, I remember last year when I was here around this time, about the same time. And sorry, I thought I heard a car. Ooh. No car. Sorry about that. So I was saying that last year when I was here, it was packed. This place was packed. I went the same time after Labor Day, after May 24 weekend, Victoria Day weekend, and this place was packed. But now it's not. So that's why it kind of caught me off guard when I got in. I was saying that last year it was windy and very cold at night. But during the day, it was just sunny and this slight wind to it. The canopy of the trees of this place, it's so high up that it just will not get enough heat in the ground here. So it's really cool and nice, especially that weekend. That weekend was just hot during the day, but at night it was just nice and cool. During the day, it was just the canopy was so high and just blocking the sun. It kept this whole area cool. But as soon as you walk that way, or even just going to the bathroom, it just got hot. So one point, I was literally just wearing a sweater, and it's just sweater. And as soon as if I have to go to the bathroom or go walk somewhere, I have to remove the sweater because it was just so hot. I'm hoping the next couple of days will be similar to that, but unfortunately Thursday morning is going to be cold, like 14 degrees cold when I start packing up and all that stuff. But tomorrow is supposed to be the same temperature today, but it's going to be raining at first thing in the morning for the first couple of hours, starting around 7 o'clock till 9-10 o'clock. That's why I had to tarp up. My goal was not to have a tarp camping for this trip, because I just want to just be open, right? But unfortunately, that's a complete fail. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean up and just clean up. I'm just going to reduce the fire a bit, so at least the fire is clean now for tomorrow, just in case when it gets cold, especially tomorrow night. I'm just going to clean up and freshen up, do some dishes, and go from there and see what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to grab my iPad, watch a movie, relax for a bit. We're going to have the updated channel thing and future plans tomorrow night, so that will be more fun instead of tonight. Tonight's just going to be nice and relaxing for me. And tomorrow we're going to do a little bit of exploring as well too. So we're going to go to the the public beach here, and see if we can find salt and pepper as well during the day, hopefully. Okay, I'll be back. It is 7:17 p.m. So I finished cleaning up. I'm just waiting everything to be dried up before I start storing back in the car. So that's good. Good news. I found someone's actually here in the same vicinity where I am. I saw them walking their dogs about half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago. So that's cool. So that's pretty cool. But they're like far, so I'm not going to see them at all. They were walking around. So, okay, here's a little hiccup now. I went to the bathroom. Everything was so clean. Everything has like super clean. So I noticed that there's no toilet paper. So there's no toilet paper. So I ended up calling the park warden, park office, Earl, Rowe. It took a while for me to get through, but after a couple of attempts, I finally got to talk to someone. So I let them know that there's no toilet paper. They're gonna let the park warden know. That's about 10-15 minutes ago. I don't know if they've been here yet. I haven't heard anything yet. Car closing doors or anything like that. So I'm gonna wait a bit longer. Let's see how that's gonna work out. The mosquitoes are coming out, but the breeze is here, so that's good. So I'm just gonna chillax for a bit. The coals from the portable barbecue is still going. That's good. And yeah, I'm just gonna put my feet up and relax for a bit. And what to do. I did check the tent. The tent is not actually nice and cool. There's a cross breeze going inside the tent, so it's really nice. So I might just consider hanging inside to get away from the mosquitoes itself, but I'll probably just do that to make it easier for me and just relax and do all the big things tomorrow. Yeah, thermostat is going to replace the pad already. So I got a new pad there. Here's the thing though, because when I was looking for pads for the thermostat, I went to every places that I go to who I know has pads, but they don't have those pads. They have everything in the kit size, kit stuff. So I might have to start ordering them through Amazon or through Thermacell. That's very annoying because if I need them, it would be nice to just grab them instead of like waiting to get it ordered. There is a place in another city, about 45 minutes away from my place, at MEC. So they do have the pad itself, so I might just go there. It's just very inconvenient that I have to go outside my city to get something. Right? It's very frustrating, especially for Metropolitan where I live. Metropolitan, like the GTA Greater Toronto area, so it's just very frustrating that I have to go outside my area, outside the GTA, to get something that I need, that I know that Canadian Tire used to have it, Sale used to have it, Walmart used to have it. Now no one has it, so it's just very, very frustrating that I have to do it that way. But hopefully stock goes up and they'll have it. Sorry, I got flies all over the place, mosquitoes. So hopefully they'll have it in stock soon for the next camping trip. But yeah, so everything's packed, ready to go. I'm just waiting for the toilet paper to show up. Yes, yeah. So I'm just letting you know that I am waiting for that. You don't need to know that at all, so I don't know why I said it, but it is now. It's out there now. But yeah, I'm just waiting for that. I'm just waiting for the bathroom to be cleaned up and all that good stuff so I can start using it. Everything's already packed, ready to go. It's nice and cool, so I might just move everything inside the tent just to get away from the mosquitoes. The thermostat is running. Unfortunately, it's a brand new pad, so it takes a while to kick in. But yeah, no, you know how I found out the pad is actually gone, like no more, like the DEET coming out is like I'm bombarded with mosquitoes like right away. I'm kind of like, wow, this sucks. This is incredibly suck. So yeah, I'm still wearing pants because I know it's gonna get cold. So I'm gonna bring my sweater and my jacket inside the tent just in case it gets cold tonight, if I have to go to the bathroom and all that good stuff. But yeah, everything is good to go. I just need to finish putting everything back in the car, but I'm gonna wait until the pots and the utensils are clean, are dry. I mean, air dried before I go bring it in. Yeah, I have to bring my lights there in too because it's gonna get dark. Like I mentioned earlier, because the canopy is so big here where my side is, it just blocks the light, so it gets dark in my area really fast compared to other areas of the site itself. So yeah, hopefully it's cool enough that the mosquito will go away. Hopefully. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. It is 9:38 p.m. and I ended up closing all the windows because it got really, really chilly. So fast. It just got cold really fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to get ready for bed so I can go underneath the sleeping bag. I'm actually testing a camping pillow. The wifey actually got this pillow. Maybe we went camping and she forgot her pillow with her, so she ending up grabbing it and she's been using it when we go camping. So I decided I don't want to bring a pillow. I'm just gonna bring this and see actually how it feels. Yeah, go from there and see actually if it's good or not. So yeah, so it got chilly, so I closed all the windows. I'm gonna head out and do one more nature call and go to bed, lay down. try to go to bed. The only thing that I have to make sure that to turn off is my alarms because I do have a 6 o'clock alarm every day to feed my little fur baby, Markable, little cat. So I think you've seen him once in a while in the videos and the podcast, especially if there's a video component. Sometimes you see him. So so I'm going to do that. I do have mosquitoes bites all over my leg and so in my arm as well too. So that's fun. It is definitely a mosquito bite because they're very, very warm. So I got them through the pants. So that's fun. So I did pack the outside for just in case it rains tomorrow. It's definitely going to be raining tomorrow. I had to check again. So if it does rain, it's going to be early in the morning. So I put everything underneath the tarp. So hopefully it will keep everything dry overnight. So that's that. So tomorrow's going to be a full day. A couple of things I do have to get for tomorrow is salt and pepper because I need to marinate my food, man. Tonight's dinner, no seasoning. It was bland. That's my fault. It's bland, so it is what it is. So I'm going to get some seasoning and have that sorted out. So that'll be good. Also, what I need to do is I need to charge my Jackery for tomorrow because I do need to charge all my batteries for especially the cameras and all that stuff, and because it's gonna be an all-day thing, so I need to make sure that this is charged up fully to go around. I did not bring extra batteries for this GoPro, so I'm literally relying on the internal battery and also the Volta. So I just want to know how long it's gonna last, but I don't know why I didn't bring any extra. I'm a little mad about that, but so lessons learned for the next trip that I'm going. So I'm gonna get ready to go back outside, do my last nature call, and hunker down for tonight. It is 10:20. It is 10:28 p.m. and I'm gonna go to bed now. It is pretty chilly. It's like having an air condition running in blast in the middle of fall or spring, but it's not that bad though. It's actually pretty nice. It's pretty good. I like, to be honest with you, it's nice and comfortable. But we'll see how it's gonna go tomorrow. I do hear some bugs flying around outside the tent. They get stuck between the fly and the tent itself and just surrounding. So it is what it is. I can actually feel the chilly air radiate going into the tent, so I might even wear my sweater tonight. I don't know, we'll see. If it does, then I'll put it on. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, good night. It's day 2, 8:32 a.m. and good news is the weather report is correct. It did rain. The bad news is it rained. It rained around 7 o'clock this morning, and it rained 7 o'clock this morning. Sorry, the light. It rained. Sorry. Let me start over again. It rained around 7 o'clock this morning and ended around about this time, around 8:30. It's just cold. Current temperatures is roughly about 7 degrees C. Is it 7 C? Yeah, it's supposed to be 7 C right now. Let me double check. Last time I checked was 7 C. Hold on here. 11. Sorry, it's 11 C. Still a chance to forecast rain until later on this morning. Last night temperature just dropped significantly enough that it was cold, but not too cold that I have to wear a hat during while I'm sleeping, but it was cold enough. So the tent held out well. No pulling at all on the tent, so there's no pulling at all. Well, a bit of pulling. Let me just do this to make it easier. There you go. There you go. So pulling issue done. The flap that I was worried about last night stayed in check, so that's good. It didn't actually pop out, so that's fine. I did have critters, buggies, scratching the tent last night, so that's not a problem at all. So I had no issues with that. So this setup itself, especially during a rainy day, did work perfectly. One thing I wish actually, because right now it slopes down both sides. For example, the tent actually slopes this way. Not the tent, sorry, the tarp slants this way and this way, so it provides a little bit of runoff. But it did peak this higher. Reason why is for headroom mostly, and I don't know why I didn't lower it down last night. Just to provide a bit more runoff. But that's fine. It didn't pull that much. Surprisingly, I was very surprised about that. I did move all my wood and my table. I ended up setting the table up last night just for storage purposes, just to get out of the way. And if you guys are wondering what this is Bounce dryer sheet. This little trick helps for mosquitoes. Apparently they don't like the smell of it, so I've been using that technique for a while now, and it's been working. Oh, something fell off the ground here. What else? The fire, the portable barbecue's finally died because of the rain. When it rained last time before I went to bed, it was just soaking. It was just still warm. It was just hot, so I didn't bother doing anything with it. So I just left it and just let it die itself out. So that's fine. I am still getting mosquitoes all over the place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make coffee and go from there first and see what I want to do. I was hoping to hike or do a little bit of walking today, and possibly go to the store and get some salt and pepper for tonight's dinner, some seasoning. But before I'm going to do that, I'm going to see if I can get it from the public beach, the grocery store, the camp store, see if they have any seasoning, instead of driving all the way out to the to the town itself. That's all I need is literally just salt and pepper, and I should be fine. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my thermostat out and start coffee. I think coffee is priority right now. Forgot to mention, I did leave my light out last night. I did turn it off. It is IP rated. I think IP 97, I think, or something like that. I can't remember, but it's designed for water. It's water resistant, so that's why I left it out. I use it for when I go out tent through the bathroom. I just turn that on so I know exactly where my tent is. But unfortunately, I'm the only one here, so having a light for your own tent helps, just to help you navigate where you are. I have friends actually use glow sticks, and that's perfect. My niece, when we went camping last year, she uses glow sticks to indicate where the site is, and actually helped a lot. So I don't want to use glow sticks, so I'll just use one of my lamps to illuminate the tents when I'm walking away from the site, just to give a little bit of illumination, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna grab my thermostat and fire that up. I might need to get a new pad, but we'll see. Okay, let me grab that up and I'll get back to you. It is 8:44 a.m. so coffee is boiling. It's still spitting in and out. I'm still getting spit, so I moved everything underneath the tarp. I'm just gonna let this boil, then after I'll bring that into the inside right after. Hold on, my lens is dirty. There you go. I have everything I need here. I might do I might do soup for breakfast if this keeps up. I think that's what I have to do. Let me grab my soup. I might just do soup for breakfast. Because if it's gonna be raining again, there's no point for me to like try to get that sorted out. So I'm just gonna have breakfast for soup for breakfast, so I can eat out here and just be underneath the canopy for a bit. I'm gonna get one more thing that I need to grab while that's boiling. I do need to get my thermocell thing. So hold on here. Use a tripod. Sorry guys. So yeah, so I'm just gonna grab my thermocell stuff because it is raining hard. It's gonna rain. I don't know when it's supposed to stop raining, but I should just be prepared to hunker down underneath the tarp for the rest of the day. It's supposed to clear out tonight, this afternoon. I don't know when though, but it's supposed to clear up. We'll see if that's true, because you can actually see I'm pretty wet right now. Okay, so I think that's good. Okay, so I think that's all I need. Everything. Oh, I have one more thing I need to grab. The soup part. I have water already there. So let me grab my soup. The soup is, I always keep the soup inside my little front part of the car. Here it is. I haven't tried this soup before. I'm supposed to have soup this afternoon for lunch, but we'll see how that's gonna work out. Okay. Let's see how the water is. Where's my spoon? So I should move this in. As soon as this is done, I'm gonna move everything in here so I can rest underneath the tarp for a bit. I don't know how my lighting is, but I might have to use my light. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna get everything reorganized. I'll be back. It is 8:56 a.m. So I've got my coffee just finished steeping, and last night I thought there were people, or this morning I thought there were people coming in camping, but I realized it was just the animals. So that was pretty interesting. Oh, forgot to mention that last time, I'm sure if I remember, it was a little chaotic last night. If the park rangers did arrive to put toilet paper in the bathrooms, so that's good. And the state of the bathrooms this morning when I went in, everything remains the same, so nothing has changed. It looks like the people who were here, I thought were here, it's actually parked so far away. I had this feeling they have their own camping, like an RV or a trailer. They're not using this bathroom, so theoretically I am the only one here in my area. So theoretically I am solo camping. It's not backcountry camping, but it feels like backcountry camping, but the only difference is I have a car with me and I have a picnic table and a working toilet. So yeah, that's the only difference is, and I'm okay with that. The rain, I want to keep saying it's still going down, but it's been intermittent. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna make my life a lot easier. I'm just gonna stay in the underneath the tarp, my makeshift vestibule for this morning, and trying to figure out what to do this afternoon. I am still planning to go to the park store to get some salt and pepper, see if I can get it from them. If I can, that would be amazing. I don't have to ride all the way down to Alliston to grab it. Granted, it's only a 10-minute drive, but still. Outside the park, 10 minutes outside the park, but still. I'd rather just stay here and just relax and not worry about it. I was hoping to charge my Jackery tonight because based on, because I have 52% left of charge. I used almost 50% just yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, charging the last night. I'm using my CPAP and charging my batteries, all that stuff. So there's a good chance I'm not gonna have enough to charge to use it tonight. So what I'm gonna do is I might, whatever I can, if I end up driving out to go to the store, I'm just gonna charge whatever I can charge, so I don't have to worry about it later on. So I think that's gonna be a game plan. Yeah, you can actually hear this. I keep hearing like a door screeching sound all morning long, even last night. So I wasn't sure if that was a camper or just a door opening, but I have this feeling it could be just something on top of the trees. Could be just the birds, I don't know. But we'll see. It's the wood. Awesome. Well, this is a smart plan on my end, and putting my tent between trees, hoping that whatchamacallit, the rain's gonna help me protect them from the rain, but that was a bad thing to do. But I have this feeling that they're not gonna snap. You need a very strong wind to snap this, guys. These trees have been here for longest time, so I don't see any issues. So, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on it and hope for the best. That's all you can do, is hope for the best. The most optimistic way to do it. 9:03 a.m. For breakfast, I'm actually having this, I believe, Japanese or Korean instant noodles. It's ramen, so it's Japanese. It's ramen, so it's Japanese. Yeah, it's Japanese. So I'm gonna have this for breakfast. I'm supposed to have a very elaborate breakfast this morning, bacon and all that good stuff. Bacon, eggs and all that good stuff. But because of the weather, I decided I'm just gonna make this simple and easy for me. Instead of going crazy, I'm just gonna have a simple ramen. This is supposed to be my backup meal. So it's supposed to be my backup meal, so I'm just going to eat it for now and figure out what to do later. I think the goal is just to stay warm, today. And man, the wind is picking up. Yeah, the goal is to stay warm today and just like hunker down a bit and figure out what to do later on today. If all else fails, if this becomes really bad, I can just grab something to eat and go to Alston, because if the weather's become really bad. But again, according to the weather channel, the weather network, it's supposed to be clearer this afternoon. This is all speculating that it's going to be nice and cool, nice and sunny, but I doubt that's going to happen. But again, we'll play everything by playing by ear. But I know tomorrow's going to be a lot better, the day I leave, so I have time to dry up the tent. If I do need to dry up the tent, I'll just do it when I get home tomorrow, and first thing tomorrow, Friday morning, just air everything out again and do what I normally do. So yeah, so I'm gonna have some ramen, and we'll chat later. It is 9:10 a.m. Ramen is actually just, hydrating again and doing its thing. So yeah, it's just been a very cold morning. While I'm getting that, might as well have a chat. Last night was great. It was, to be honest with you, it was good sleep. I have a tendency to, if my first night of every places that I go to, hotels, camping, anything, I have a tendency not to sleep continuously because I'm hearing new sounds. Typically, I sleep better the next day. So that's why every time I go camping for 3 days, 2 nights, I have a tendency to sleep very, very well the second night rather than the first night. So it's kind of weird that way. But it works for me. Like, it's just me. But no, overall, last night there was a lot of wind. Plus the fan coming from the bathrooms over there was loud. Like, I don't remember it being loud at all, but it was loud. So it was just very, very, I'm not used to hearing it because at home we have our air conditioner or the heater. You can hear the fan, right? But in this case, it was just too much. It was just too loud. It's louder than it should be. Okay, now I'm a little worried about this tree thing. This thing, this one here, keeps moving back and forth, including the one on top there. Right, so hopefully the wind dies down. I'm just really hoping it dies down, because where I put my tent, ideally during the setup time, it was perfect condition. I typically look up and see it, and I don't see anything that has the potential it's gonna fall. If something does fall, the tree has to fall. You know what I mean? Not a branch or anything like that. They did trim the branches already where the camping area is located, like the site's located. So so that's trimmed. So that's why I'm not really worried about it. But the creaking, the noise, sounds like it's ready to like snap and fall. So it's just it's very uneasy, the feel of this. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just weird. It's just weird. Yeah. Yeah, and I was, again, typically in the morning I have a fire running just to keep everything warmed up. But because of the rain, I have to use a lot of wood. So I might do is I'm just gonna burn all the wood later on this evening and just enjoy a nice fire. Again, this is all depending on what's gonna happen this afternoon and at night. Because if it's gonna be miserable like this, I'm still gonna stay. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna stay. This is the fun part of camping. But if I can't cook or anything like that, I might have to go for plan B. Right? There's a car leaving. Going to the bathroom. Look, can you see? Can you see? Can you see? Oh, can you see that? He's right there. Is he lost? I think he's lost. So I am not the only one here. There's a good chance that this person came in last night or just now. He's lost. Yeah, he's right there. Yeah, I'm not sure if this person came in last night or this morning or what, but yeah, I'm glad. Well, so theoretically I'm still alone because no one's still around me. Sorry, something dropped on the ground. Okay, let's go check out this ramen thing and see how this actually worked out. So this is something. I'm supposed to mix them all together and see what happens. I think this is a dry noodle one, I think. But we'll find out. Okay, I'll get back to you when I get this thing sorted out. It is 9:39 a.m. Just finished eating the ramen. The ramen was actually very good. It wasn't spicy at all, but it wasn't. It was salty, but it wasn't. It was tastefully done salt instead of just salty. Because some instant ramen is just so salty that it was just hard to eat. But this one's actually pretty good. I'm just gonna stroll a bit, so just to get some my bones and my muscles moving for a bit. So today, my plan is very simple. I'm just gonna clean up and warm up a bit inside the tent, just to relax for a bit. I know this is gonna be a mellow trip compared to last year's first trip. Last year's first trip was great. It was, sorry, I'm just fixing my pants here. Last year's first camping trip was warm and hot. This time it's just cold and wet. I think I hear someone cutting wood. I still don't see anybody here. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. Oh, hold on, I got raindrops in my lens, hold on. There you go, better. Yeah, no, everyone's here. Like, looks like no one's still here. You know, I'm gonna walk a bit that way. I'm gonna walk a bit that way to see what's out there. I did walk that way yesterday, I think. No, I didn't. I just walked back there to see if there's someone else here, because right now I don't see anybody. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I think I do hear something. I'm not sure if those are my neighbors or what. But yeah, no one's here. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. So it looks like no one's here. It looks like everyone's just not here. Yeah, you can actually plainly see there's nothing there. There's nothing here. It's like, I don't know. I've been to campsite that's empty, but not this empty. My second last camping trip last year at McGregor. Is it McGregor? No, something else. I can't remember. It was empty, but my neighbors, I can still see my neighbors because they're walking around, right? They're like 5, 6, 7 sites away from me, but I can still see, I can hear them once in a while. This one is like, there's nothing here. So I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. So what we'll do is we'll keep relaxing. Yeah, the thing is, it's not raining anymore. It's just water droplets from the trees that's like hitting me, and the wind is just howling. So I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up from breakfast. I'm gonna hunker down a bit, just stay a little bit warm, and figure out what to do for this afternoon. The sun is peeking out, so the sun is peeking out a bit. You can actually see it here better. It's so much better. It's a lot lighter. You can actually see the contrast between this area here is a lot more open compared to where I am. It's a lot darker. And this is the pathway I was telling you about earlier. People use this to go to the bathrooms. So they bypass this road where my camp is, my site is just to make it easier for me to, it's easier for them to go through. They don't have to go around. So that was really nice. That's why I like taking this site here, because it's private, quiet, and no one bothers you because everyone goes behind a tree. I just got bitten, that little bugger. Oh man, that's gonna suck. I just got bitten by a mosquito. So I was saying that people they walk this way to go to the bathroom, not this way. So when I was here last time, it was busy enough that people were literally bypassing my site, so I had my privacy. And there's only a couple of people with bicycle went through this way to go around, but that was it. I saw one car possibly last trip. So I really like this site, but I don't remember sloping that much compared to this year. This year was slopey. Last year wasn't as slope compared to before. Last year was pretty flat, and I had my tent actually. I'll show you guys where my tent before. My tent was actually here. My tent was here. I put my tent here. My picnic table where it's supposed to be. My picnic table was over there actually. And I put my, I had a small beach shelter thing that I bought. I wanted to try it out, so I put it where my tent is. And it was great, but I don't remember sloping this much. I really did not notice that. It was high enough that Yeah, it wasn't sloping that much compared to this one. This one is pretty slopey. So it was just weird. But this time I had to put it between trees because of the potential rain. I was hoping it will spare me some give me a little bit of shelter. But that was a mistake. I wish I brought it in to the middle, closer to the middle. So if if the sun does come out, at least I can get the tent dried up. So the good news is half the tent is dry. Yeah, so that's the only thing. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna walk around the block and see what's the story here. Hold on here. Let's walk around the block and work our way around. Get some morning walks. Yeah, see if someone's here. Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, I think the plan is I'm gonna have some pre-cooked meal for my next trip, just to ease up the cooking and all that good stuff. But if I'm going solo camping, I'll make pre-made meals. If not, if I'm going with someone else, then I will cook properly. The next coming trip is actually with a wifey. I finally convinced her to go camping with me next month, but I'm not gonna tell you where yet. I'm gonna let you guys know when we go camping for privacy reasons. But we're gonna be going for 3 days, 2 nights, camping right at the beach. So that'll be fun. So that one we're definitely gonna bring. I'm gonna bring the T4. We do have 2 smaller cots that's like really portable, so I'll be using that. I'm bringing the big stove and all that good stuff because we'll be cooking for 2 people instead of 1. And yeah, but I'm planning to do an overnight trip. Next like a couple of weeks from now. I don't know where yet and how I'm gonna do it, but that's the plan. Oh wow, you can actually see how bright this area is. It's actually a lot warmer in this side of the literally, like my site, you can actually see it from here. See the white car? You're right, my site is just right there. And here is like open. I like this. Ooh, I like this site right here. Oh, hold on. This is 428. Okay, I'm gonna try this out next time. That's nice. It's in the main road. That's fine. The water is just out the potable water is just there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get this one next time. Yeah, I'm gonna try this one next. Yeah, you can actually see how bright this area is compared to my side. My side is just dark. So that's why when it can actually get very cold. Sorry, I'm just switching hands. It can get very cold and windy compared to the rest of the site. Here is just open area, so it's really nice. I'm definitely gonna get that one. That one looks pretty nice too. It's not as private, but it works. So just walking around the block right now. Let's see what's going on. Here's more sites. See, you can actually see my site right there. You can actually see it right there. So you can see the canopy tree, the trees are not as like covered the site compared to my site. My site is just covered. I like this one too, actually. I like the other one better. Again, I haven't seen anybody yet. This is just crazy weird. Yeah, but you can hear traffic. You can definitely hear traffic. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but you can definitely hear the traffic. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you're not careful regarding how you pick your site or even getting to your site. This is actually a pretty nice site, but the only problem is everything slopes to the fire pit. The problem with that is your fire pit gets flooded when like a massive pour down, and it becomes useless. And so this means you have to put your tent here, because it's the highest part of the ground. It just doesn't pour. It's just not. It doesn't drain properly. So you just have to be careful with that. If you're one of the unlucky ones getting this kind of site, especially in a rainstorm or potential rain, you just have to not use your fire pit if it's especially flooded. But if it's damp, what you can do is you can just start your fire and make it really hot. At least it will dry as much as moisture you can in the ground. So at least it's easier for you to walk into the fire or around the fire, especially if you're planning to use the fire to cook, right? So keep that in mind. Oh, car. Oh, exit here. Apparently there's an exit right there. That's awesome. Well, that's nice. There's a dumping ground right there. Huh. That's why I saw the RV here last time. It is a dumping ground. That's why I saw an RV. They were doing a dump. It's a dumping ground. Well, wastewater dump. Okay. So I think I know where I'm going to go for next year. I'm going to try that side, the one just behind it. Looks pretty neat. It's flat too. I like flat. Okay. So it's not bad. Not bad at all. So we're gonna go back to our site and I'm gonna clean up, and I'm gonna see what time the camp store opens. To see if they have Earl sweater and a salt and pepper if they have any. If there isn't, then I don't know what to do. I gotta figure something out, because I have steaks tonight. It'd be nice to have a little bit of salt and pepper in it. You know what? I'm gonna check my bag. I'm gonna check my dry bag, see if I have any seasoning there. If I do, then that'll be one less thing I have to worry about. That instant noodles was actually pretty good. It filled me. That's pretty nice. Okay, so I'm back in sight. We'll chat later. Okay. Good news. I have salt and pepper on my dry bag. It is 1:09 p.m. and the sun is out. Underneath the sun is really nice. You still get the breeze, a cool breeze. Gives a little bit of, gives the sun a bit of a little je ne sais quoi of like coolness. I'm actually sitting in the middle of the road right now, because this is where the sun is actually hitting, and I have my solar panels up to charge the Jackery. The reason why I end up charging it is because I have time, well, I have tons of time, plus I have the sun, based on my consumption yesterday and not having an external battery, additional battery pack to charge the my camera gear, well, my GoPro, and other things. I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna charge it. For next trip, I'm definitely gonna get a battery pack. I found one in Anchor that it's portable enough and big enough that I can charge my camera, the GoPro, a few times before it dies. That will give me some leeway for the next camping trip. I also brought my iPad with me, so I was watching a couple of shows, so I decided to charge my iPad while the sun is out, charging at the same time. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, overall, it's been very quiet. I did, like earlier, walked around. There's no one here. Like I'm literally by myself here, except the one camper far back that way. I think he's the one that's walking around with his dog, so that's fine. Yeah, it's just really nice. I think I'm good for today. If this keeps up for the rest of the afternoon, that means everything will dry up, everything will be great. That means I can have a proper dinner tonight. I don't have to worry about anything that's getting cold. The car's drying up, and yeah, it's great. It's nice. I'm literally in the middle of the road, getting a tan, getting power from the sun, and at the same time, I'm just enjoying being under the sun. It is still chilly. It is still 11 degrees C, so it's still pretty chilly. And the stuff that you hear knocking wise is not a woodpecker, it's just a tree flexing. So yeah, like it's hot enough, the sun is out, to get my little tilly hat out, to get the sun out of my eyes and my head. When I had my toque on, it was warm, it was too warm. So since I got this one, perfect, no issues. So yeah, and so far it's a nice relaxing day, listening to my audiobook while I'm charging my iPad. Yeah, it became a very gorgeous day, and I might do another walk. I'm just trying to figure out where I can walk next time. Because I've been to everywhere. I've been to all around the park itself, so that's great. It's kind of funny though, because there is convenient toilets just at the other side of the park, but no showers. So I think that's a great option for me going camping next time, especially just for overnight. I don't need a shower. Right? If it's just a bathroom, I think it'll be fine. But I'm gonna go double check on that one, see what kind of bathroom it is. Yeah, but overall, it's a nice day. I think it's time for me to move the chair again because the shadows, the sun is kind of shifting a bit to here. So I'll probably repost myself here just to be underneath the sun and get some sun for the day. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, it's 1:28 p.m. It's lunchtime. So what I'm having here is a self-heating instant hot pot with only 1 cup of cold water. I never tried this before. It's an experiment, and let's see how it goes. But I saw this in a shop, and it's like you just add cold water and everything is built into it. I was a little skeptic, because I want to know what it actually entails. So, here it is. Actually, hold on, I'm just gonna grab my toque because it's hot, it's cold. Hold on. So, according to this, you just add water. Peanuts, water, salt. Okay, issue. I'm allergic to this. I did not notice it. Has peanuts in it, and I'm allergic to peanuts. So apparently I'm not gonna have this today for lunch. That kind of sucky. Okay, so I have to figure something out. Well, that's crap. Too bad though, it's pretty interesting. I didn't see the peanut part. It's like, yeah, there's peanuts in here and I can't have peanuts. Well, this is disappointing. Okay, let me figure out what I'm gonna do for lunch. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna might just have an early dinner tonight. I might do that. Just have an early dinner. Right now I'm not that hungry. Really nice to fill in the tummy. I do have lots of chips though. Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll have an early dinner. Well, this is disappointing because I can have bacon for lunch. Oh, that's bacon for lunch. No. Okay. I'll think of a plan B, but right now plan B will be chips and beer. Not bad. Okay. Too bad I can't have this. It's pretty cool that you just add water and you're good to go. And I did not see the peanut part. Normally, manufacturers do put ingredients, allergic ingredients like peanuts, soy, milk on their ingredients list as a separate line item. Unfortunately, this one is not in a separate line item. So that's disappointing. That is incredibly disappointed. Oh, I'm gonna put this back and give it to the wifey for her to try it out and see how it actually works. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Yeah, so this is gonna be disappointing. Okay, so I'm just gonna look for plan B and go from there. It is 2:01 p.m. I'm actually here at one of the public areas of Earl Rowe Provincial Park. I was hoping to get something to eat here as my plan B, but that didn't turn out well. But I'm here, actually it's pretty cool. There's actually a bunch of covered park bench, picnic tables for you to rent out and all that good stuff. This area here is a public area, so anybody can come in. You don't have to have a camping permit to come here. Anybody can come in here. There's actually boat rentals as well too. So yeah, we'll check out the boat area down there. It is a beach area, and it's a beach-ish area. So yeah, it's a beach area. It's great to hang out and all that good stuff. There is no lifeguards in this beach because it's just each to its own type thing here. It's a pretty big area for you to go to. You can actually see there's boat rentals, so it's a nice area. During the summer, this place is very, very busy, from everyone from day use to people who's camping. So it's a pretty nice area. It's still kind of breezy in this area. You can actually hear it through the mic, but it is what it is. It works. No issues here. A lot of Canada geese. My nieces calls them cobra chickens. They're the most deadliest and the most notorious predator in Canada. If you're from Canada, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not from Canada, they're vicious. We're more afraid of those guys than lions and tigers and bears. Just letting you know. But no, this is a great place to go. It's day use. Everyone comes here. They can hang out here. During the summer, this place is packed. From people who's picnicking to people just want some beach time. So it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the store is closed, so I can't really grab something to eat there. So I might just do a drive-in. Oh, wow, this is sad. It's just stupid me. I wish I looked at the ingredients of that instant noodles. It looks very, very good. I think intrigued me is the possibility of just having an Instapot, add water, and it's good to go. But apparently that was not the deal. So you know what? It's only 2:00. I'll probably have a late night tonight. So I'm just gonna go run down to Allison and grab something to eat there. I really don't want to, but I have to. I'm going to work. I'm going to go straight to my plan C. That's just fantastic. I'll probably just do a drive-through or something so I don't have to get out of the car. So that's just fantastic. Wow, terrible planning at my end. I normally have like several instant noodles as a backup meal, but this time I didn't know why I didn't do it. Probably it's just me being comfortable being close to Alliston and not worrying about if there's any issue. I can just run over there. But for the next camping trips I'm taking, that's already booked, I can't really do that, so I have to be extremely prepared going forward. So yeah, so I'm gonna head back to the car and yeah, I'm gonna head back to the car. See you guys later. It is 2:28 p.m. I'm finally having lunch, and the most lunch I can find close to picnicking lunch is McDonald's. I have here, it's a double quarter pounder. Yeah, double quarter pounder. This is what happens if you're not prepared to go camping properly. So disappointing. So disappointing on me. Oh well. I'm gonna eat lunch. It's gonna be a late dinner. Good news is I have a bag and a half worth of food, wood that I can burn. I have salt and pepper here. So I'm back on track after lunch. Talk to you guys later. It is 4:17 p.m. So I just did another walk around. I just want to show you guys the comfort station for this this side of the park. We literally have 5 showers that we can use. They're pretty good. They're heated, very roomy inside. Of course, bathroom for men and women's. Yeah, so it's a very nice setup that they have here for the entire Provincial Park for camping. So it's nice. It's nice. Yeah, so the sun's still out, so that's good. But like I mentioned before, if you are in a shaded area, it gets really cold. So what I did is, I removed my tarp from the setup. So I literally took it down about half an hour ago, and I was just cleaning up a bit, and I realized that I got a weather advisory for frost this evening. Yes. And I did check the weather report. The weather is supposed to be going down to 4 degrees C tonight, and it's going to be cold. Hopefully, if the air temperature is 4 degrees, that's not a problem. But if there's a wind, then that is a problem. So that's why I'm kind of like, oh man, I wish I checked that advisory before I took it down. But what can you do, right? So now it's just empty. It's kind of funny though, because when I went to grab lunch, I ended up passing lots of cars and people. There's a good chance they're camping, but they're not camping in my section, except that one over there with a tent. But the one in the tent, I have a feeling that they book it for 14 days. I think that's the maximum you can do right now for the Provincial Park. And they put their tent and went away, but they're coming back for it. That's what people have been doing lately. That's what I noticed last year that they were doing. They took a site, they book it for the whole entire 14 days that they asked for, but some sort of reason they just leave and come back and continue their camping trip. So it's just kind of weird. But yeah, that's what it is. It's their campsite. But yeah, no, it's that's what I noticed. People are here, but they're not here, right? And the reason why I know, because I keep seeing them over and over again when I do my walks or they do their hike. They come here in this section. So yeah. So I was saying earlier, I did remove the tarp just to ease up the cleanup for tomorrow. But at the same time, there's no more rain. So if there's no rain, I just take it out because I don't need it anymore. But there's a frost advisory, so that's going to be fun. That's going to be great. And yeah, so I'm actually walking back. I'll show you guys what it looks like now. Originally, this was my original setup, but because of the rain, I had to put the tarp up. But typically, I don't put the tarp up until absolutely necessary. I'm just cleaning it up a bit, setting up the kitchen again for tonight, because I'm definitely cooking my last meal. So this is what it looks like. So I'm setting up the kitchen area for washing. I'm still charging the Jackery. My goal is to make it to close to 100%, so I have enough juice to charge the GoPro and the iPad. So yeah, so that's why I have that. So the portable table will go away after. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it is very breezy in this section. But if you ending up putting go underneath the sun, it's actually pretty warm. I might have to pop in my jacket tonight just to make it easier. Yeah, this is what it is. I'm just gonna keep my my dinner normal streamline. So I'm just probably gonna have steak and vegetables. I don't know, depending how cold it is. how if it gets really cold, then I'll just consider just eating the steak and hunker down in the tent itself. I was actually debating to put the guidelines for the tent. The T4 is a self-standing tent, self-standing tent, so I don't really need a guideline. But if it does get windy, this might pop in. So I'm just thinking about putting guidelines for now, just in case it gets really windy. But I haven't had that issue yet. So I'm going to debate. I'm going to think about it tonight. If I do, I'll just probably attach it to the trees and not worry about it after. But right now, I'm probably not going to, because within the tree's actually helping divert the wind a bit, so I should be fine. I don't feel any wind at all buffing the tent last night, so I don't see the tent pushing inward, so I should be fine. Again, if it's only frost advisory and there's no wind advisory, it's whatever. I'm good with that. I have no issues with that. But yeah, so I'm just cleaning up. I might start a fire while I'm cooking just to warm up the place, because it is pretty cold, and so at least I can have some area to warm up. That's what I'm gonna do after I clean up and figure out what time I want to eat. If I do decide to eat early, well, I'm actually debating to start eating early, cooking early, so I can warm up and I don't have to worry about it when it gets really cold. It is 6:22 p.m. Dinner's done. Sorry I didn't get a chance to film dinner and show you guys dinner. Wifey called it halfway, so in the beginning, so we ending up chatting before I know it, I literally just finished dinner. I mean, so yeah. So here's the plan. Here's the plan. Sitting beside my tent. There you go. There, I just literally put my thumbnail sorted out now. How sad. But no, I ended up finishing dinner. I ended up cleaning up. I'm just waiting for the dishes to dry out. Then what I'm gonna do is, because it's getting really cold, and it's just cold. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just going to hunker down for the night, for the evening, and go to the washroom if I need to go to the washroom before I go to bed. The plan for tomorrow is actually pretty simple. Depending how cold tomorrow is, I'll probably just going to have coffee, pack the tent, make coffee, and head out and grab something on my way back to Toronto. Yeah, it's just comes to a point. It's just very uncomfortable cooking and staying, especially with the temperature dip up and down. Ideally, like I mentioned earlier, I like to be outside, like more sun coming into the campsite. But I think I'm going to try the other one, just around the corner from here, because I get full sun, so at least it warms up the place. I'd rather be hot than cold. Hot, I can easier to survive in hot. I can just put a tarp to cool off, and yeah, this one is just too cold. It's nice and private, it's close to the bathroom, and faucet, but it's not ideal. So I'm gonna try that next. I might do an overnight there. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the night. The fire is going, so no issues there. Everything's washed. Yeah, I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the evening. Finish my show that I've been watching that I downloaded before I left, because Wi-Fi sometimes is kind of sketchy out here. But yeah, not bad for the first camping. But I'll give you my thoughts and lessons learned tomorrow, day 3, and go from there. It's been a very productive day of recording, including recording future episodes. Yeah. So I can't believe I just gunned you guys. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. It is 7:31 p.m. I'm in my tent right now. It got cold outside. It's sunny but cold. Can you clearly see how sunny it is? But it's sunny, but it's windy, like windy outside. It's 10 degrees now, so it dropped to 4 degrees in less than half an hour. I even checked underneath when I was outside on the sun, and it was the sun is not helping because of the wind. The wind is like all over me, and it's just getting colder. So sorry about the light. Hold on, let me better. Okay, yeah. So it's just windy. I'm not planning to put guidelines in a tent. It should be fine, but yeah, I can feel the chill in my bones right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay here for a bit longer, then chillax and watch a movie. It is 11 o'clock p.m. and it's bedtime. So recap, it's cold. It's incredibly cold. It's cold enough that it's 4 degrees, definitely 4 degrees, and you can feel it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the second sleeping bag ready to go, just in case it gets extremely cold. I'll probably wear a hat tonight as well too. Should be fine, but yeah, it should be fine. This time I'm actually more prepared than my failed attempt of cold weather camping. This one is just late spring, early summer camping, and unfortunately I rolled the dice and I got the coldest May out there. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna hunker down and zip up my sleeping bag and put another sleeping bag on top of that, and I should be fine. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, guys. Good morning and welcome to day 3, last day, and it's 8:19 a.m. Excuse me. I woke up about 3 hours ago. Went to the bathroom, cleaned up a bit. While I was cleaning up and tidying up, I ended up cleaning inside the tent. So that's what I ended up doing this morning. So now I'm just making coffee more than anything else. So the plan is very simple this morning. I'm actually gonna try to get out of here earlier. My goal is just to pack up, grab something to eat before I head back to Toronto, and just to pack up. So before I head out, I'm gonna do a little bit of a recap and review, recap what about this trip and what I'm supposed to be doing, what I've done wrong, and all that good stuff. All the bibs and bobs of conclusion of this trip itself. Temperature wise, again, it's a balmy 5 degrees Celsius. So it's cold. This morning was cold. So what ended up happening last night was actually pretty interesting. After I said my good nights to you guys, I zip up my sleeping bag, I put on another sleeping bag on top of me. I had a sweater, sweatpants, and socks last night. And when I was sleeping, I was trying to go to bed, and it was just too, it was just too cumbersome. It was just too much. So what I ended up doing is I ended up removing my sweater last night and my hat. And I put my the blanket up, not the blanket, sorry, the sleeping bag, my second sleeping bag on top of my head. And as soon as I did that, it was the most comfortable, it was the most warm sleep I ever had since the beginning of this trip. And when I woke up this morning, the first thing I did was like, I wish I did that when I did that cold weather camping in November. If I did that, I'll probably be a lot more happy, less problematic in my end regarding me trying to stay warm. I don't have to have a buddy heater inside the tent to keep me warm. That was scary, but yeah, it was just a nice epiphany. You know what I mean? But no, it was great. I slept very well. I slept with the sleeping bag on top of my head and just kept everything warm. Because I removed my sweater, I had a t-shirt with me on me. So when my arms are actually outside the first layer of sleeping bag, the second layer of sleeping bag that I was using as a blanket and as a face blanket thing actually kept me very, very warm, and I slept through it like nothing. So good to know for next time. I can't wait to try it again. But yeah, I'm just literally just charging one of my batteries. I'm just making coffee. Then gonna start finishing cleaning up, bringing the tent out, and heading out to grab some breakfast. But before I do that, we'll do a final thoughts on the camping trip itself, and. Yeah, I feel like I'm just literally backcountrying by myself in a car because no one's here. It's awesome. So yeah, so I'll get back to you when I start having coffee. I'll do my final thoughts there, and we can start cleaning up. It is 9:50 a.m. So I just finished my coffee now. Well, not finished. I just finished brewing my coffee. Now I'm gonna drink my coffee. So I decided to do my thoughts while I'm drinking my coffee and enjoying the morning. And yeah, so let's go through my first camping trip of the season. Well, going into this camping season, I was more optimistic. I was more gung ho, more ready to take the world type thing. It's kind of funny though because prior, like around January, prior to this trip, I started booking all my trips. Starting this trip in May, then I start having one for June, July. I'm getting ready to book for August, September, October, and November. And the first few trips that I'm doing is actually with people. Like, for example, I'm going to a camping trip with my wife. I'll be definitely recording that. That'll be fun. And after that, I have a boys' camping trip. We've been trying to camp together for a while now. We decided to just gonna pick a date and go for it. And the other one's gonna be that's gonna be recorded as well too. That's part of the adventure. The next one is actually going to be my nephew, my godson. This is going to be his first camping trip ever. It's kind of funny though, because he went to a school cottage nature trip thing last week. And he, last week or a couple of weeks ago, then after I met with him for his birthday brunch, so I asked him, so how was it and all that stuff. So I was joking around and said, hey, are you ready for camping? He said, yeah, I'm ready for camping. I'm ready to try it out. So the first thing I did is like the next day, as soon as I got home, the next day, I literally booked the trip. I told his dad, my brother, that okay, camping trip is booked. We're ready to go. So we'll turn him back now. So yeah, so it's just everything this year is like really, really cool because I'm pre-booking everything now. So after all the big multi-day trips, I'm looking at booking overnight trips now. Overnight trips because coming to July and August, especially August, September, because it's so booked because it's the peak of camping season here in Ontario. So I'm looking at booking overnights only. And the goal for overnights is pre-made meals, one tent, sleeping pad in the ground, and that's it, right? More rustic feel to it, nothing fancy, everything gets burned. I bring the gazelle, set that up, put my sleeping pad in the ground and sleep in the ground, wake up and move on to the next one, right? So that is going to be the flow of things after the major big trips that's been planned. Apologize. So that's going to be happening. So let's go back to this trip here. So I got here 3 days ago. 2 days ago. 2 days ago. It's 3 days. 2 days ago, and it was pretty warm because when I left the house, it was about 24 degrees Celsius already, but it was still windy and all that good stuff. So by the time I got to the site, it was slightly cool because, like I mentioned before, because of the tree canopy, everything's getting covered. So the cold air stays, right? And when I was setting up, I started sweating, so I started moving layers upon layers. So it was great. It was warm. So I was like, yes, this is going to be a good way to start the camping trips. Cold, breezy when I left. When I got to the site, it was still breezy, but I started working out. My body's moving, started warming up. The sun finally hit the campsite, so it's warming up as well too. So it was perfect. And after that, it was just after around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I think, the temperature just plummeted down. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be a worse way to start the trip if it's going to be cold at night. I expect it to be cold at night, especially in November, at the end of November. That's a gimme right there. So I knew going into it it's going to be cold, but I didn't know it's going to be. There's a frost advisory. There was a frost advisory last night. So, anywho, day 2, I knew waking up is going to be chilly, right? I knew it's going to be chilly. I know it's going to be not cold, not warm, but chilly. So I expected that. Plus on top of that, too, I knew it was going to rain early Wednesday morning. That's day 2. So I put the tarp up. I have an area for me to sit on just in case it rains. It's close enough to the fire that I can feel the radiant heat. But unfortunately, it was so cold and windy and breezy, I couldn't stay outside. So I ended up staying inside the first night, and I ended up just relaxing for the rest of the night and just relax and warm up. And the next morning, like that Wednesday morning, sorry, I'm screwing up the dates now. Tuesday night, I knew it was going to rain, so I put the tarp up. So I stayed. It was still chilly Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, when I woke up and it was raining, it was just damp and wet and miserably cold. When the raindrops hits you, or even just any water droplets hits you from the trees, it was just cold. It hurts when it hits your skin. It was so cold. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to be spending my morning inside the tent, so that's great. So I ended up having soup for breakfast. That was my backup meal, and it was just downhill from there regarding meal-wise. On top of that, I forgot my seasoning too, so that's another downfall, but I'll talk about that later. So yeah, I spent the whole majority of the morning until the sun came out. Late morning, so that's when I started walking around the site. That's when I noticed that no one's here. No one was here. I seen trucks driving, like the RVs driving around, because I found out that there is a dumping station literally beside my, about 200 meters away from here. And I didn't realize it was a dumping station until I went through it. I'm like, oh, that's why this area is not as busy. So I was like, oh, this is new. And after seeing the dumping station, I started smelling the smell of manure in the air. in the afternoon. That was a rude awakening. I was like, this is not good. This is not good. And I was a little shocked. So I was like, the whole day yesterday, I was smelling manure, and at the same time it was sunny. So I literally walked where I literally hang out where the sun is actually hitting the ground. So I stayed there for a while to warm up, then go back to my site, and go back there again and warm up. It was just too much. And one point, I was charging my Jackery in the middle of the road, and I had my chair in the middle of the road because that's where the sun was, and it was nice. It was nice and warm. It was like perfect. It was perfect. No issues there. It was great. It was nice and warm. I was warming up. I changed my toque to a hat. It was great. But my phone started vibrating, telling me that there is a frost advisory. I'm like, okay, cool. So I noticed, I was like, okay, cool. Let me double check if it's in the right city, because sometimes I don't look at the locations, weather. It's default to where I live. And I looked at it, and it was like frost advisory Wednesday night to Thursday morning. I'm like, that's great. So I was like, oh man, how am I gonna do this? So I was like, okay, let's just one step at a time here. So I grabbed the other sleeping bag that I brought with me, because I knew it was gonna be cold because in November. I had lessons learned. So I brought the sleeping bag with me, the other one, my spare one. Set it up that night. I just chilled inside inside my tent, because it was too cold to stay outside. It's warm enough inside the tent, but not too warm, so I was still cold. I was bundled up, and by the time I went to bed and slept, it was cold. The setup that I had last night was exact setup that I wanted. I wish I did back in November last year, because I was doing my first cold weather camping, and it was the best way to stay warm. So I was like saying earlier, I literally cocooned myself inside my a sleeping bag, and put another sleeping bag on top of my head area, my torso and head, and it kept me warm the whole night. It was great. It was just so nice. That best setup ever. So as soon as I know there's a temperature goes to single digit, I'm bringing the same setup just in case it gets really cold. So good times. Because I knew some people do double up their sleeping bag at night, but I always been using my sleeping bag like a comforter. I had like a thin bed sheet. I put a bed sheet on top of my my sleeping pad just to keep it separated. And doing this setup was really nice. So next morning, next camping trip in the cold weather camping, I'm definitely gonna do the same setup. It helps a lot. So that's that. Yeah, and let's go straight to the food wise. As you guys know, that I forgot all my seasoning at home. That was great. Actually, it's kind of funny. I talked to the wifey the first night. I told her that if I forgot all my seasoning, I have nothing with me. And I was like, okay, I need to go to Alliston to grab something. And I realized that I have those disposable knives and forks that you get from takeaway, like when you do a takeaway. And I forgot I put that in my dry bag for pantry stuff. And I realized that, hey, I have this, I'll just use that. So I used that in a steak last night. It was, I ended up eating it fast because I was cold. I ended up eating just a steak because I was cold. It was just cold, so I didn't prep properly the food because I thought I'd have time to prep it. I thought it's not going to be too cold. Because when I bought the food and prep everything at home, I saw the temperature, I saw the weather, and it's pretty good, so it didn't bother. So that was a mistake. But yeah, I was just a little, I don't want to say miserable, but I was just annoyed. that's the best way to describe it. I was just annoyed that I didn't eat the way that I want to eat while I was camping, right? So I was just annoyed for myself, not the whole situation, just annoyed by myself. I didn't prep properly. So that's the food part. The campsite, like I mentioned several times throughout the episode, that no one's here. I saw one tent set up, but in Ontario provincial parks, you can book for 14 days, right? And I have this feeling that they set up the tent on the weekend, left, and probably coming back to this weekend, because it is a short week because of Labor Day, because of Victoria Day weekend, last weekend. So I think that's why they set it up. People have been doing that lately, and people's been doing it, so no problems with that. It's just weird. But I saw a gentleman with a dog been walking around the area yesterday for a few times. I'm thinking that that's his site, but when I passed there twice, I was doing my walks, I noticed that it was just a tent. There's nothing else. There's no cars. There's nothing on the picnic table. There's nothing. So it's very minimal setup. So I was like, okay, cool. So whatever. We'll just play by ear. If someone's here, someone here, right? And people do walk around this area from other sites because they just want to walk, so it's not a problem. I did mention several times too that I saw RVs thinking that they'll be parking here, but they were just going to the dumping station. So now I know why there's RVs here. So lessons learned in that one, that don't camp too close to the dumping station because you smell manure the whole afternoon, especially when it warms up. Yeah. So in conclusion, this is the second time I went to this site. This is the first time going to this site that's no one's here. Very rarely I get this kind of emptiness. I usually get stragglers around, but this time it's empty. So next time I'm gonna come back here. I like coming here for my first camping trip because again, everything is close to me, so I can grab whatever I need to grab for equipment wise. But I'm going to try the other one just back there. It's you get the morning sun and the afternoon sun, so I'm going to definitely book that next year for my first camping trip. Hopefully I get a better warmthness out of it, or I might try something different. But after this trip, all my sites are actually open air. Open air, I mean, there's the tree there's not much shade during midday, but in the evenings and mornings you do get the shade. The reason why I'm going for that kind of style of site because I want the sun just to warm up, and I have a tarp. I can set up the tarp pretty easily if I need to, so that's going forward. But yeah, that's my conclusion. And so I'm just going to enjoy my coffee, pack up the tent, and wash up and grab something to eat on my way home. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later when I'm finished packing up. It is 10:19 a.m. So everything is done. Everything's cleaned up. Tent is gone. Everything is gone. Everything that's flammable. I usually just leave it here if I can burn it. It's flammable, so the next guys will just burn it. Everything's done. The only thing left is just tarp needs to be folded and put in the car. Garbage needs to be tossed out. But yeah, I think this is it. First camping trip done and over. And I can't wait for the next one. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening. If you like what you're hearing, consider supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee. Link in the description. You can also visit campingwithlenny.com. There you can find other episodes and links that can help you on your next camping adventures. Thanks again.